Good morning, it's day 4 in the Mark and the Marks rehearsal process. We're having a little think this morning about characters, characterisation. So within this piece, the kind of characterisation is a bit different to usual. Do you want to tell us a little bit, like different from a kind of conventional play? Do you want to tell us a bit about it?
Yeah, I guess because this piece is very much borrowing from a sort of clown approach. A lot of our characters are very much in the moment, just experiencing what happens directly to them. And I guess in a conventional show, we would develop backstories for our characters. Our characters would have history, maybe a past history with the other characters in the show, and that would very much inform how we behave as characters. But I guess for this, we're purely in the present. So yeah. Yeah.
I think it makes it easier.
Yeah.
As an actor, it's a lot more freeing because you're stripped back of all the context. The context is really in the now, so it's really what you make of the character in the moment, which is quite different to a conventional character.
I like the fact it's a lot based on emotions as well. So I know yesterday we were looking at, like in this section, you could feel fear with joy or disgust with joy. It's quite nice and honest with emotion based rather than, this is my, like we were saying, this is my goal and this is how I'm going to get there, which feels very pre-planned, whereas this is a lot open and really nice.
How does the kind of process of prepping it, how does it feel like when you go home in the evening? Because ordinarily, I imagine if you're working on a play, you're kind of going home and you're looking at the lines and you're thinking about how you might present a character's physicality or their voice or, thinking into a role. What are you kind of taking home with you? If any, other than bruises.
I find it really relaxing actually, rather than, like you say, coming back and having to look over lines and maybe plan, this bit here is like a potentially really angry bit, so I can channel some sort of thought into that. This is more, okay, I'll react to what I feel in the moment, bounce off like the other guises as well, and it feels a lot more, free and honest and just kind of open in the moment.
I think what's best for prep, just get the best out of rehearsal and of the show, is just to keep well of yourself.
Yeah.
Come in this space with an open mind. Just be open, be vulnerable, see what happens. Obviously bouncing off each other. So, it's pretty just standard.
Get an early night so you can be present the next day in rehearsal.
Yeah. Which
is nice homework. I like that.
Try and be a functional human being.
Yeah.
So when we're playing these scenes, and I know we've been very loose and very kind of relaxed this week, and we've been kind of making material as we go in a way. So we're not really kind of into that feeling of performance yet. But how does it, who are you when we're playing these games? Because it feels like it's not you, not your kind of complete ordinary, fully embodied human being who brushes their teeth and goes to the supermarket. So do you have a sense of kind of who you are when you're on stage doing this?
I think you might have said it earlier on this week, but it's like a almost simplified version of yourself without all the chaos and all the kind of maybe cynicism that you develop as you get older and older. And our characters sort of see the world in a very wide-eyed, maybe a bit more naive way than we would naturally as people. But it still feels rooted in ourselves. I mean, I don't want to speak for everyone here, but it's like I feel like I'm me, but a different version of me as my character.
It goes back to the history of the character. We don't have any of that context, and that we don't have a relation with the people on stage yet.
Yeah.
So that makes it very blank canvas kind of esque.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about kind of being the lovely natural idiot that we actually are inside, haven't we? That we kind of try and pretend to be cleverer and cooler and more in control probably than we really feel most of the time. I know I certainly do. You kind of do this like, I'm a proper grown-up, yes.
I'm an adult.
I am an adult, look at me adulting. And it feels to me like the state that I'm hoping and wanting to get you in is just to sort of take all of that sensible grown-upness off and leave the natural silliness of you, the natural kind of openness and vulnerability of who you are as humans, without all of that sort of carefully constructed suit of
the
sensibleness.
armour of,
We've been saying a bit this week, I think, about not needing to be stupider than you really are. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? How, like at the moments where you can feel that you've kind of gone into like a caricature or a cartoon.
Yeah, it's almost, I mean, personally as well, I've really noticed the moments where I do go into that kind of, I need to show the audience what I feel rather than they'll see what I feel when I feel it, kind of just trusting that process, I think.
Obviously, it's a more exaggerated version of yourself, but that doesn't mean you have to try and be goofy with it.
Yeah, that's a good distinction.
Yeah.
I think there's still like an internal logic to everything we're doing, whether that's flawed logic or not. But like, I think to add anything more to that, that's when it becomes performative, rather than I'm a person with an objective and I want that.
Yeah, lovely. Let's take our own lovely natural idiot selves and go do some play.
Sounds good.